Malik Nabers expected back for camp. We broke this earlier on the 8 p.m. show, but we're going to talk more about it, what it means, where we take the man. Jonah Coleman in the news as well. Not that this is the biggest report, just a beat writer talking about what he thinks will happen, but these beat writers are on the ground floor. They do have a little bit of vibe and insight as to what's going on in the running back room, wide receiver room, the quarterback room. A little bit more than most people, at least earlier on. They get a little lead. Most reports trigger from a beat reporter, and then they get widespread. And so we'll talk about that report. So a Jonah Coleman positive report, sleeper in the making, league winner Jonah Coleman. And fourth round, I win your leagues, Malik Nabers. We're talking about all that and more. And we're going to draft on Underdog, promo code Smitty. Underdog will match your first deposit 50% all the way up to $1,000 in bonus credit using code Smitty. That link is pinned in the live chat. That link is in the description of the video. And we're going to talk about these two bad boys. Malik Nabers going to be ready for camp. That is the breaking news. That is what we've been peddling out there for everybody. And despite all of the storm and wave of inconsistent and inaccurate reporting on Malik Nabers, I think we've won this one so far. Historically correct on this one. We've been correct on the Travis Hunter. This is the place where you come to have the news straightened out. This is the place where a piece of breaking news gets tackled. We tackle it and we tell you whether it's probably true, rooted in truth, maybe ends up being true despite being a guess. And all that and more, the Fantasy Football Show begins right now. File on in.
Live from the FantasyFootballShow.com studios. It's the Fantasy Football Show. Live! Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern. Smitty is also live whenever news breaks.
So, the news that if you missed it earlier, there's an 8 p.m. show. We talk about this. Boy, are we excited. I'm not even like hyped up like I was when this news first broke, but we've been so historically correct on a lot of this stuff because we're rooted in not what we want to happen. We don't have agendas. We just talk about the news here on this channel from an objective point of view, that's going to give you what you need, guide the ship properly so that you can tackle your drafts and win your leagues. Malik Nabers, according to head coach John Harbaugh, which of course it's parallel and correlates to what Joe Scheinbach's, the GM of the Giants, said earlier, like 2, 3, 4 weeks ago. He said, Harbaugh said that Malik Nabers' knee is expected to work his way into practice as training camp starts, not some point or in the summer. This is a very, very good piece of news. We're not out of the woods yet. There's no, okay, he can't have his setback. I'm not saying any of that. But the problem in the news world is that people are just saying stuff to try and get clicks, and they want to throw mud at the wall, be right, and have people say, remember that guy told us about Malik Nabers that he wouldn't play till October? They have all these people out there just throwing mud at the wall. No one knows. This guy's got nearly 60 days to still recover. And recoveries happen sometimes rapidly in a 2 to 3 month period where a majority of all the healing happens in that 2 to 3 month period. And with Nabers, his knee was so much more complex than other players. It took him a while to get on an even playing field to then recover at a rapid pace. Javonte, Breece Hall, they had much cleaner ACL tears, so they got to that good point very quickly, and then they accelerated. This guy just took a little while to get over the hump because of all the different things and complexities in his knee, but he's so young. He's one of the youngest players in the league, and so he's got tremendous, 60 roughly days ahead of him to really prove people wrong. And I'm not saying he plays week 1, but as I've said earlier, it's more reckless to say he won't play week 1 than to say he will play week 1. And the odds right now, as we predicted, have flipped in favor of the likelihood of him playing week 1 is now higher. And the only two tangible things that have ever come out on this, it doesn't matter how many Twitter MDs come out and tell you he's not playing till October or whatever the hell those reports were. The only two things that have come out have been that the expectation is that he plays week 1 or that he's trending to play week 1. The first expectation was Joe Scheinbach a couple of weeks or a month ago saying that, hey, when's Nabers coming back? We expect him week 1. That was the only thing. that was ever released, other than the softball charity event footage, the, running the bases, whatever, like that. Yeah, that part that came out, but people clipped that in weird ways too, because this man was moving around. People clipped all the good stuff, put all the bad looking stuff up on the clips that were shared, and this guy got all twisted up. I've been here to try and set the record straight the entire time. Malik Nabers is going to win leagues from this round 4 ADP. His ADP Nabers right now, I don't know where it's going to go. It's hard to say. ADP feels like it's probably, let me take a look at it, see if it's moved at all. It's not going to move today yet, although it will move at the end of the night. When we look at it, we'll be able to tell. But right now, if we take a gander at let's go into the 2026 ADP and take a look at it. It looks like Nabers is still sitting right at number. God, it's so nice to scroll this far to find Malik Nabers. We're going to feed families off this. 38.7. That is, he's going at 39 overall. 39 overall. That's ladies and gentlemen, that is crazy. That is unbelievable. And I just a little fearful that this news will jump him right back into the third round somewhere. Hard to say. I mean, it could be something where it takes a little time, I suppose, before people get all excited about it. Maybe people are still worried about it. It's hard to say. But Malik Nabers, we'll have to see where his ADP is tomorrow. I think we'll get a little bit of a reset. But as I explained to people with the ADP dumps, when ADP gets updated, let's say something happens and a player is going like Nabers in round 4. Okay, so Nabers is going right here. What happens is his suggested rank is right here, right? So when people are on the clock, they'll let him sit there at the top for a little bit, because or if good news comes out, they'll take him a little bit before his ADP. So when he's like the third or fourth player up on the board, someone takes him here, and then someone takes him here, someone takes him sometimes right here, but no one's taking him like here or here. They don't need to. So it happens in increments. So once everybody kind of for a day or two starts sniping him 2 or 3 spots ahead of his ADP, then the ADP readjusts, and instead of being here, the ADP might be like right at the top. Then everyone's going to reach a little bit here, and then the ADP updates, and then instead of being in 4, his ADP is right here. Then people start reaching here, and then and then eventually it levels out. So it takes a couple iterations of ADP updated data, because people are only reaching so far from the existing suggested rank, if that makes sense. So I venture to say we're looking at mid-third round very, very quickly. I just don't know how quickly it will be. This other news right here on Jonah Coleman. Look, guys, we've been talking about Jonah Coleman. We've been beating this drum for a while. We've been conducting this train. I don't think people have been paying attention like they should be paying attention. And I think people are suffering the consequences later on. I myself have more shares. I have 71% exposure on underdog to Jonah Coleman. And that doesn't mean that if he fails, I will fail in all those leagues. I'm getting him at 150 to 145 territory, sometimes 160. That is a place where he'd have to have an injury for that to even affect me at all. And even if it affects me like that, it doesn't take my leagues out at all. I can still survive depending on how I draft it. But it certainly would win a league. And it'd give me so many opportunities across 70% of my best ball contests, and I've drafted a lot so far, that I'm going to have so much help to try and get a team over the edge. And that's what you're looking for when you're drafting, is an edge. An edge that this player can provide you, because he can be a top 10 running back and he goes in the 150s. This report right here, the Denver Post, talking about Jonah Coleman likely having a shot at spelling J.K. Dobbins for short yardage touches early on in the season. And this is just more reason why J.K. is a completely irrelevant player. Not to mention he's just going to get hurt. If they feed him, he's getting hurt. If they don't feed him, he's probably still getting hurt. But especially if they fed him, he would get hurt. And Jonah Coleman, and let's jump into Let's jump into a underdog. Let's go into a best ball mania. Let's tap into a best ball mania. Jonah Coleman, and this is underdog promo code Smitty. Underdog will match your first deposit 50% all the way up to $1,000 in bonus credit. So if you deposit $100, they give you $50 in bonus credit. If you deposit the minimum of $10, they'll give you $5, et cetera, et cetera. Travis, you can call in if you want. You haven't called in a while. If you're free to call in, call in. Phone lines will be open. Go ahead and dial in. Let's see what pick I got. 9. Of course, I didn't get something good. I got 9. Unbelievable. Every time. There's just no getting a good draft slot for me when I'm drafting live on the show. But Jonah Coleman at a 140, 150s winning leagues. Now, this news, unlike this news right here, and I see a couple super chats here. Let me answer these real quickly, and then I'll talk about what I'm saying right here. Quick question on the website: is there a way for the trade calculator to see future years' picks and value? Absolutely. Just click on Dynasty, and then there's a pick tab when you click the search button. So if you click Dynasty, run a Dynasty trade calculation on thefantasyfootballshow.com. I've thought of everything. This trade calculator does everything. Tells you who my favorite picks are. It tells you, even if it tells you to do a trade, it says, but Smitty,
live from the Fantasy Football Show.
Player, he's a top 5 pick for Smitty, whatever. If you click on the Dynasty mode and then you click on the magnifying glass, when you're searching or filtering for the positions, you'll see a draft pick. Check it out real quick and tell me if you see it, okay? And then we'll go from there. Yeah, phone lines are open. Dial in. And let me go back to this real quickly. So the difference between these two players is this news is huge, widespread. Everybody's looking. Everybody wants to know what's going on. Navage, thank you for the super chat, my boy. Theory, thank you for the super chat as well. I got your super chats on screen. Everybody's talking about Nabers. It's certainly, we've been on pins and needles waiting. This is a beat reporter that said something speculative that really has no bearing on anything. Let's go Ash and Genty here. This has no bearing on anything other than the consumer like you or me that are looking for this information. We're looking for it. We find it. We feel good. This isn't widespread. It's not changing any direction of anything. So you don't have to feel worried about this moving the needle too much. This is going to move the needle like crazy. Mark, did you find it? What I mean is I only see years picks, can't add 2027, etc. Well, just add a can you add the pick? I don't think you can add the pick twice, but if you use the 2026 pick, it'll have similar values. I'll look into adding multiple years. Okay. If there's only 1 year's worth, are you saying there's only 1 year's worth showing? I think I designed it to have multiple 3 years worth. I'll look into that and I'll have it added very soon. So thank you for telling me. Hope you're enjoying it. How much do you love the calculator, bro? Let's go back here real quick. Then I answer these 2 super chats. Then I'll open answer the phone line. I think AJ Brown's climbing faster and faster, and I'm taking him very, very easily with this 2.4 pick. And that's why I tend to go Genty here, is I love all these players very, very closely. Genty feels like a top 3 running back this year. AJ Brown feels like a top 5 wide receiver this year. You can at me all you want. I really don't care. That's how I feel. That's how I'm drafting, at least today, and probably for the foreseeable future. Navid says, rate this 1 QB redraft. May, Walker, Emmett, Hendy, Monangai, Gainwell, Puka, AJB, Nabers. I mean, it's one of those teams, bro, where it's like it's either an 8-man league or it's so good it's hard to be proud of you. You know, it's like watching your 18-year-old son go play with a bunch of 8th graders on an 8-foot hoop, and he's dunking all over, and it's like your son looks at you and goes, "Dad, you proud of me?" And you're like, "Yeah." Like, I mean, come on, bro. AJB, Nabers, Puka, AJB, Nabers, Buka, I mean, Walker, Drake, May, it's an unbelievable team. It's like a 9.5 out of 10, and I can't even give 9 point. I don't think I've given a 9.5 in like 2 years. 9.4, I think, is the highest score I've given. And I can't even give it 9.5 because I don't even know how many people are in that and how many grandmas were asleep at the wheel, how many trades you've done by lifting up a old lady's eyelids and scanning into her phone. If she's even got a phone like that, she's probably got a flip phone. And you just flip it open and you just accept a trade. It just looks like you took advantage of five other people in a 6-man league. Navage, I'm kind of kidding. I love your team. Your team looks fantastic. Mark, are you enjoying that trade calculator? You said, I think you said, yeah. I mean, no worries, Smitty. It's better. It's better than Meatloaf, the website. Wow, that's probably the best. Can I use this as a testimonial? That's one of the nicest testimonials I've ever seen. Truly. That's an unbelievable testimonial. I'm going to keep that, bro. Should I draft Coleman at number 9 in a dynasty? You're talking about a rookie-only draft? Sure. I'd take him as early as 7. I don't care. I don't care what the ADP suggests. When I get to that territory, I'm taking who I want to take, bro. And Jonah Coleman's probably going to be that guy. Anywhere between 7 and 12, I don't care what the ADP says. I just don't care. Theory, is that what you were asking? I hope that's what you're asking. I hope you're not talking about drafting him at 9 somewhere else. Oh man, McBride! Can you imagine McBride fell to this AJB Genty team? I've never drafted that. Probably never will this year. It's going to be near impossible. I always believed in Neighbors. I don't care what you all care about. That's what we're trying to promote here, my boy. Buka. Let's go Buka here. I always believe in Neighbors as well. Nabbage, now, I believe, Nabbage, you're a stand-up guy, and I trust you. He says it's a 10-man league. I believe him. But is it 10? Is it, okay, you said 10 team. You're very careful with your words. How many are grandmas, bro? It's a 10-team league. He didn't say 10-man league. This is probably about 2, 3. This is probably Uncle Buck, you know, your dad. Somebody, you got to at least be honest with that. There's no way you're getting that team if you aren't running this league and people are just running their head into a wall. They're dropping like Chase Brown last year. I bet you Chase Brown was dropped in your league after like week 4. That's the kind of league it is, right? Everybody's seen that league before. They may even play in it. And Navitz, there's nothing wrong with the Grandma League. Miss Smitty's old work league that she did was a Grandma League, and I love playing in it. I relish it. I don't know if they're doing it this year. I relish in playing in the Grandma Leagues. I love it. It's fun. It's beautiful. Travis, you are live, young man.
What's up?
Not much. I'm really hoping that, oh man, Neighbor. I think I got 2, 3 snipers in here, so I was hoping Neighbors was going to fall to that pick. That sucks. What's going on?
I completely buy that. And, you know, for Navage, like you said, Grandma League, call it what you want, but just the majority of, like, what you would call, like, a home league, whatever, that you're playing with buddies, not, like, huge money, whatever, $100 league, you can get that. Outside of New England, people think Drake May is overrated.
Yeah.
Certain people think Kenneth Walker's going to get hurt no matter what. People are worried about Hendy. They don't know about Monangai and Gainwell. So, you know, Neighbors are afraid of his knee. Ibuka they don't know about. So he could, I'm guessing he went like Puka, Walker, AJB, or Puka, AJB, Walker. And then after that, you know, he can put it together. So
yeah. I mean, you're not wrong that you could slowly accumulate that. I'm mainly just playing with him that his team's so good that
yeah, no, I know.
We're not like, wow, what a good. It's like I said, you're dunking on people, and you know, so at some point it's hard to like, you know, pat you on the back. He's just crushing it, bro. Just straight up crushing it. What else you got, Travis?
Not much. Just calling in, just to hang.
What do you think about the Neighbor situation?
I doesn't change much for me because I've said all along even if he misses 4 weeks, I'm okay with it. So, like, I think it just kind of solidifies that he's going to be okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited about it. I think anything can happen still. Like a setback can happen, and the people that are predicting demise and PUP list and all that, they'll take some sort of like victory lap that'll look very much like the Office handshake meme, where he's got the mullet and he's shaking his boss's hand. He's completely shocked. He's that he did a good job or whatever. That's really what these people are gonna be looking like if things go right and Malik Nabers does miss time, because they're completely guessing. They are completely guessing. These snipers, bro. Damn. Look at all these picks, man. Bucky, Hendy, Tootin, everybody's gone. Look at Monty. And then where'd Devontae Smith go? Oh, he fell to 29 there. That's unusual. Usually he goes way earlier. I'm going to go... Man. Oh, I timed out on Judkins. Damn it. Well, I don't have a lot of Judkins shares, so this will be good. I don't hate Judkins. I don't hate him. It's just when I'm on the clock and there's other players, like I was going to go BTJ and just keep hitting the wide receivers, but I don't mind this. This isn't bad because, this is good value for him. I think if he goes higher than this, like look at all the players that are off the board. Bucky, Hendy, Tootin. This is where he probably should go. I'm okay with this value. Jadarian Price is left. That's the only other running back. Tony Pollard, Warren. I don't think there's anything wrong with Judkins at this value. This is pretty good. I'm actually kind of happy that this went this way, to be honest, because I need some diversity, and that's a great second running back at this stage at round 5, yeah. turning into round 6. I'm fine with it.
Pick, sure.
Yeah, Price and Tony Pollard. Those are the top 2 backs left. I'm fine with it. Judkins, and then I can, I'm fine with it. And then hopefully I get my boy right here. But these 2 guys are snipers, and I might be okay here unless this guy bully QBs me and takes my Caleb Williams. Don't take Caleb. Tyler Warren. Okay, good. Drake May fell. All right, so Drake May, AJB, Genty, Judkins, and then Buka and Evans to go with AJB. That's really good. Not bad. And not to mention, I'm going to be probably consuming, the usual, especially because this is a Coleman stream, the Harvey Coleman combo or Monangai Coleman together. And so Judkins will be protected if he does, get hurt or doesn't deliver, or if he's inconsistent. I think he'll have some big games. Like in best ball, I like Judkins way more than non-best ball because I think he'll have like 140-yard touchdown game.
Sure, yeah.
And then he'll have like 40 yards and like 30 yards and like 40 yards and then like 125 and a touchdown. I think that's what he's going to do.
He's easy to cuff too, and his cuff is a big PPR guy. So
yeah, that's true. Devontae Smith.
The fact that he's not a big PPR guy could bode well for that. If they can figure quarterback out, if Monken has things going well, that could be good for him. They might be able to run 2 backs.
Look at this. And guys, I love Luther Burden. Do not get me wrong, but you guys are drafting Luther. Not everyone watching specifically, but you Luther Burden believers that are delusional. Like I'm doing a video on types, because I can guarantee you the Monty and the all Bears team person too would take Burden that high and take Monty. Yeah. You're going nostalgia there anyway with Monty with this build, and then you look at this Devontae Smith owner who grabs Jacobs. That's a type. It's just so fun. You can literally, there's psychology behind this. There's a reason I didn't get my psych degree for anything else but to analyze drafts. Not really, but that's how I applied it. And it's like, I don't know, man. It's so funny to look at this stuff. You can literally, and that might be something we study and look into. That when you're trading with someone, you know what their tendencies can be. Who did they draft? They drafted Luther Burden. They drafted Judkins, and sometimes those guys that draft like Judkins and like they don't trade a lot either. At least I would. That's kind of my guess. Is they're kind of a person that doesn't trade much. Let's go Harvey.
And the other crazy thing too is and I find it's very often similar people. A lot of people are following these really bad narratives that are out there. Like Genty can't be good because the Raiders are terrible. Love can't be good because he's on Arizona. Godwin is a wide receiver one. Like I've talked to a few friends who are like, they enjoy fantasy football, but they're fairly casual. They're just starting to do some like light research and stuff.
Yeah.
And it's all that talk from them. And I'm like, you might want to pump the brakes and
DJ.
tell them to watch your show, but they're just reading out of a magazine or whatever.
I agree.
On Twitter.
DJ, I forgot you're there. DJ, you're live. I'm sorry.
DJ.
Hello.
Best show on the planet.
Thanks, DJ.
Best show on the planet, Smitty. What's up, squad?
Where you been? Where is everybody, by the way? Like, I told you about the calm before the storm. Hammer, Landman, Husseini, Luis. Oh, God, you guys keep sniping me, bro. Monunga wasn't even close to being picked. Let's go. I'll go Patty Mahomes. Go ahead. I'm sorry, DJ.
Well, Smitty, I mean, like you're a machine, man. And so it's not like this might be out of sight, but never out of mind. Just the activity. What do you call it? Like fatigue. You're a machine, man. So always watching my guy. Neighbors. Before I get to one more, Neighbors. Yeah. I have a cross between the value of them in Dynasty and then in the best ball like format or even redraft. But, my stance still remains like he's 23, 24. I mean, in Dynasty, you get him. I don't know where he might be going in the fourth or what have you, but if we were getting in the fourth round, he's going to go up, right? So I think you're absolutely right. Prior to today and what have you, he's going to free families, well said. But he is going to go up, I think.
He's going to soar. He's going to go to the mid.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Pretty quickly.
Yeah, real quickly. And then depending upon the news, either he'll settle at the third or maybe back into, just my opinion. But if it gets closer and he's playing week one, forget about it. Coleman. Yeah, I didn't think about it before, but it makes sense when you talk about the percentage owned. I'm not watching, so I don't know if you're about to draft or not. But it's interesting. And also I saw some other people in the draft. It just kind of makes sense because his cost of entry and his value is like bananas. It's not like you do it intentionally. It's just like, makes sense, right?
Yeah.
Especially if you have, Harvey. Harvey's my guy. Dobbins is not a threat. Coleman can catch the ball or what have you, but Harvey I think has a built-in role in that PPR format. Peyton has been doing it since he come in the league. That's his blueprint. So he'll take Dobbins' job, and that's a good job. Dobbins. Run the ball, man.
And I know you've said this before, and I agree to some context that Harvey can hold on to the job. I do agree that that's possible. But Coleman's the one player of the three that can do it all. Harvey still has to prove that. I think Harvey could, but Harvey still has to prove that. And so I think we all pretty much, at least I feel this way. I'm pretty sure Travis feels this way too. Travis, you can speak for yourself though, but I think Harvey has a shot to do it all. I think it's just they drafted Coleman for a reason, and just like the Niners drafted Kalen Black for a reason, and the one caveat though, or the one thing that could have you swing back and say, never mind, is what was the guy? What was the guy, Travis, that got drafted by the Rams that was behind Coleman?
Jarquez. What, last year, the running back? Or?
Hunter?
Ooh.
What's his
Jarquez Hunter?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They drafted Jarquez Hunter for a reason, right? No. So sometimes it falls through, but I don't think Jarquez Hunter is on anywhere near the same level as a Jonah Coleman or a Kalen Black, though. We never did. But what was weird about that is when the Rams traded up for him, one of the Rams coaches jumped up and didn't he almost wrap his legs around the other coach?
They were fired up, yeah.
So you're like, they're going to use him. And they didn't use him. So sometimes you have to pump the brakes on that. Let me just draft a player here. Hold on one second.
Yeah, they're one of those teams too where like they go, well, first they're obviously Quorum, I think, exceeded expectations, but also they go, well, if Kyron's gone in 2 years, he's on rookie contract still, well, he can be the backup.
But my point being though, just to go back to it, is that I believe that Harvey has the potential to be the number one running back and do all of it. It's just Coleman. We know he can do it. He's already a great pass blocker. He can catch the ball. He's a truck, just like Harvey in some ways, but more so. And I just think that if you had to pick one of these guys, especially because the cost of entry is the best on top of it, it's this man right here. He may not start in pole position, but I almost can guarantee you he'll outscore all these other guys. Like Harvey is a shot, but Coleman could, if Coleman grabs a hold of JK's job, Harvey's gonna have to get really lucky. He can do it to hold on to his work all year long. But I love both. That's why I draft both of them, though, because I still love Harvey. I still think Harvey's a monster.
Well, I think that fair enough, and I get that. And so when I say Harvey's role is built in,
for now, yeah,
fair enough.
It is. For now.
So for me, it's just a matter of like perspective, right? I don't look at Harvey as being like the number one RB in Denver. Hell, Kamara never had 1,000 yards rushing. So I lean into that role, which he hadn't shown last year. Harvey's running, Coleman's a better runner. Coleman can certainly do the catching like Harvey, but he's not Harvey in the catching department.
TBA. TBA.
Oh, no. Well, no. This is, well, I'm not going to say no. But the reason why I say this is because of just archetype. Harvey's explosive. Coleman can catch the ball, but he's not Harvey. Nor is Harvey what Coleman is.
You keep saying that, DJ. You keep saying that, DJ. Like I agree with you. I don't agree with you on that, which is fine. It's cool.
No.
Different opinions.
No. It's not a matter of agreeing, but this is just how I see it.
That's fine.
In the perspective and the role, and how again I lean into Peyton's running back room build. I mean, it's just a blueprint. But at any rate, trading. Shout out to like Hammer. And,
hey. Yeah, DJ, hold on 1 second. Let me just answer these two real quickly, and then trading.
Go ahead.
You're gonna shout out to Hammer and trading. Just hold that thought. The biggest one says 14-man keeper league, and I'm on the 10. Pick 2, Olave for the 7th or Genty for the 2nd. So you're in the pick 2, which means you're late second round. Okay, so, or is that what you're saying? What's he saying here? I'm in the 10, pick 2, Olave for a 7, Genty for a 2nd, McBride for a 2nd. Okay, so you can't have both of those. Man, this guy, who is this right here? You just keep grabbing the player I need every time. Like, I don't know what you're doing. Take a Conquo. I love Goddard though, so you didn't really piss me off because I like Goddard. Goddard might it might have more touchdown catches than Devontae Smith. Let's just be frank. 14-man. So you can't keep McBride and Genty or Hampton for a third. Can you? Not that I'd need it, because I think my answer is Genty and Hampton. Probably. But could you trade?
Yeah.
Oh, it's infinite amount of keepers. Can you trade back into a second rounder to keep all three?
No, it's indefinite keeper. So you.
Oh, indefinite. Okay.
So you keep him forever.
I thought he was saying like indefinite or infinite amount of time that you can keep as many.
I'm guessing it's only 2 keepers because pick 2 unless he's already keeping.
Okay, yeah, that's right. Travis has got it deciphered right. Okay. Sorry, it's a little all over the place. 14-man indefinite keeper league. I am on the 10. I assume you mean you're at the 10 pick, so you're giving up the bottom of round 2. I'm keeping Genty at the bottom of 2. I'm keeping Hampton in 3, and I'm still drafting a first-round player. That's unbelievable, yeah. If you could trade, if you could pick 3 or whatever, I'd trade in and try and get another. But that's great, bro. That's the easiest question I've been asked once we deciphered it. Thank you very much for the super chat. Did we get all that right? Thank you, my boy.
I think so.
After the news, I feel like trading Tate and a 27 and 28 second for Nabers and a 7. Yeah, of course. I mean, who wouldn't?
Oh, okay. So yeah.
Seconds, yeah. I give up I give up 15 second round picks.
Yeah.
Can I show you guys? Hold on 1 second. Mute yourself. I'll be right with you, caller. Okay, just hit mute if you could. Let me show you guys my underdog percent. This is my top players that I have. I think top 13 is what this ranks. I think my top 13. I'm on the clock. Hold on. Let's go with Tesla here. My top 13 highest exposure rates on underdog. 71% Jonah Coleman. That doesn't make sense. $79 entry fee. I must have grabbed like a super flex draft. Hold on. That's the wrong one. I've drafted way more than that. Hold on. Completed exposure. Oh, I did the eliminator. That's why I just showed that many. Okay, here it is. Sorry. This is it. And I was a little excited about Nabers being that high. Am I timing out? Hold on. Hold on a second. I'm on the clock here. Oh, did I not take Jonah Coleman yet? Let me guess. The guy right in front of me just took him. I timed out. This is why I shouldn't be doing 10 things at once. Who took Jonah Coleman and where did I let him go? 145? Okay. Yeah, I mean, I should have grabbed him instead of Tesla here because his ADP is right around 150. So that was on me. That's all right, though. So, I don't even have a draft, but
the guy that had the super chat, the biggest one, he said, Hampton and Genty surprised me. I feel like Olave for only a 7th rounder is too good of a deal, which it's a good deal, but to me, you get Genty and Hampton, who's potentially 2 first-round running backs.
Bro, it's not that.
Big years.
Don't even think about
for
it.
For a second and a third, and you get your wide receiver 1 every year in the first. You just pick whichever wide receiver 1 you want.
You're making a grave. You're making a grave mistake if you keep Olave. Bro, Olave can kick rocks. When you're talking about Genty and Hampton, I can draft back BTJ or DK and feel just fine. Sleep like a baby. What are you talking about, Olave? Over what? No, bro. No, absolutely not. I mean, you get Olave in that pick to draft that player, but I still would take the player downstream, DK or BTJ or Michael Wilson or whatever to go with the running back. It's absolutely not. Okay, this is more like it. $1,200 in entries. There we go. Same number, though. 71% Jonah Coleman. I drafted him like clockwork, except for in this damn draft. Brandon Ayuk. I got a lot of Brandon Ayuk shares, 44%. But he's like at round 15, 16. And quite honestly, I don't regret it. I don't regret it because does everybody, like, what's Brandon Ayuk really done wrong? You know, he's off his rocker. You know, teams are probably really hesitant. But if he cooled off, like Travis said the other night, even after another week or two of doing this or that or getting even worse, if he cooled off for like a couple of days, try and explain what he's done that's so wrong. It's not like he's out there, you know, domestic situations and stuff like that. Like, he's causing some turmoil for sure. But teams are going to look at this situation and they're going to say to themselves, hold on. They're going to say to themselves, we can make a real team-friendly deal. One that protects us, all incentive-based, league minimum type of offer, and go from there. So I don't take back I don't take back the exposure I have on this. I'm not drafting him anymore, but I love the fact that if he does get on the field somewhere, he probably is way out producing the ADP because he's going in the second to last round. Mike Evans, I'm not backing off that at all. Someone said the other day I'm overweight on Mike Evans. I should said, mind your own business. Worry about your own team. I don't care what you're saying. I'm not going to back up Mike Evans. This is going to make me draft him more. Antonio Williams, the guy's 42%. Concepcion, I haven't drafted Casey Concepcion for probably over a month because I've got so much already. The overweight of 41% still lingering around. Yeah. There's so much. Jacoby Brissett, 37%. Kenny Gainwell, Bashal Tootin, 34. I'm real proud of that one. Manungai, 32. DK, 32. Buka, 32. Harvey and Harold Fannin. Those are all pretty good. You want them to be different names sometimes because you don't want this to give a sense of like, these are my guys. They're not my guys. It's just the values are so good with some of these that you'll continue to get them at bargains. And you can't get Gibbs in this kind of percentage because you're only getting the one pick one out of every 12 times. So the most you could have Gibbs is like 10% if you got lucky because you can't get that pick enough. So a lot of the guys in the early part of the draft, like the first 3 rounds, it's hard to get a top 3 round guy to show up in your top, 15%, top 15 ranked players. You can't look at this as these are all Smitty's guys. Oh my God, if Casey Concepcion doesn't do well, you're screwed because look how many drafts you have him in. It is it's not an important thing. It doesn't have to be defining on any level because most of these guys are getting taken so late. But I'm proud of the Fannin, the Harvey, the Buka, the DK, the Manungai, the Tootin, the Gainwell, and the Mike Evans, and Jonah Coleman. Those I stand behind. But I do see it, and I want to ramp up some of the other numbers. Like I saw the Malik Nabers in that other one, and it got me excited, and I realized it was the wrong one. But anyway. DJ, you were saying, I'm sorry, you were going to say something and I cut you off.
Trade fatigue. I was saying shout out to Hammer and Husseini in terms of the dynasty leagues that we have, that they asked me to join. I've never traded this much since I've been playing fantasy, and that's a long time. And I thought about this the other day. I don't even remember my original drafted teams. And I'll have to refer to the draft, but I'm afraid that I probably traded more than it was absolutely necessary. Right?
What happens?
Because I so I kind of got trade fatigue. Like I had to take a pause. Like, you can kind of do more than is absolutely necessary. And I saw on the earlier show when the gentleman had, a good squad and he was just trying to trade, I guess, for the sake of trading. Mm-hmm. But I'm learning this, but I've never, got traded as much as I have. But I guess my point of saying that is, if you've drafted a good team, you have to lean into that and believe in that, even when it's, early on. And if a trade does make sense, great. But nobody's played. And we're moving players just left and right. Last thing, I like to build, man. I like to build, in the draft, just my opinion with, the squad that you put together here. And, Judkins, again, in terms of the value, just my opinion. And what was out, 3 wide receivers, 3 good wide receivers.
Yep.
Back. I mean, it just made, in my opinion,
good team.
sense. And then Judkins. And what do you have? Just under 900 yards last year. I think he was 3rd or 4th. Don't quote me on this. Travis could follow up. With 8 men in the box, kind of makes sense why Cleveland may have said, let's get some receivers. Let's open up the box for him. But he was 3rd for rookie rushing, right? Only 14 games. Yeah.
Yeah, let me pull up his...
Best on the planet, Smitty.
Thanks, appreciate it, DJ. Call back if you got another one.
Thanks, Wyatt.
Later. This is the Judkins advanced metrics on his player page on thefantasyfootballshow.com, which is, in my opinion, the best content site you could possibly find. That's just my opinion, but venture over there. Just take a look at the homepage, and it'll make you want to get in on the action. But if we look at Quinshon Judkins, let me pull this up and put his mug on screen too as we talk about him. Hold on one second. Where's Judkins at? Oh, Judkins. There you are. So if we throw his advanced metrics on screen, I'm not really worried about the rookie against rookies. I'm more worried about just in general. He didn't have a ton of top 10 stuff. 30 plus yard runs, he was 8th. Yards after contact, he was 10th. Not bad. Tackles for loss, he was 11th. Yards after Genty, just for context, was tackles for loss. He was number 1, meaning he got just clobbered in the backfield. Yards after contact per attempt, 13th. So it's not the best data, but I like him where I got him. Fifth round's fine.
Well, and in his defense, which I'm not a huge Judkins guy, but in his defense, from weeks 1 to 7, he was on pace for 1,300 yards and 14 touchdowns. From weeks 7 on, he was on pace for 765 yards and 4 touchdowns. So, things went downhill with Cleveland, which is a risk. That could happen again this year. So that's a risk with them. But it's also, something to note that, again, if they can get it together over there, he might be able to put up some big numbers like that.
John, it's a good thing I run this show and not you. I'll just tell you that, because the fact that anybody reads this, it concerns me, and then I got to address it rather than just ignore it. If I'm not sure if Evans will be used as the number 1 in San Francisco, which is just unbelievable statement all in itself. That's a marvelous. How do you even come up with just that, let alone all this other stuff? You already succeeded a lot of work to Godwin. What are you talking about, bro? What's Godwin have to do with any of this? Godwin's at nothing right now. What are you talking about? Maybe he'll have a Sutton year for 2. Good. Hey, right? John, tell everybody you know. Good Lord. Everybody else ignore what in the hell you just read. I hope there's no newbie in here. It's this is, affects them. They read it, then they got to go get their meatloaf. Their meatloaf's warmed up, and the only thing they got to read was John's comment, and they leave in it. They take it with them. And I just got to make sure nobody reads that nonsense. Okay, Judkins got injured. Yes, he did. But he still got his red flags for sure.
Yeah, he got injured week 6. He got injured week 16 though.
Yeah.
He played most of the season.
Evans is they just brought him in to be the 2. They're gonna put Pearsall or Stribling over him, the Hall of Famer, that's out there dragging sleds and looking like he's just a monster this offseason. Succeeded. he basically surrendered is really the term you're looking for. He surrendered all of his volume to Godwin.
or seeded, not seceded.
I know.
He's seeded.
He's trying.
English class. Yeah.
Trying to use big words, John. It's not gonna help. Another draft. I mean, again, if anybody drops a $50 hauler, I've said it on the show that I'll do the second one. They take a while. It's not like I'll do it if it gets dropped. And then second of all, we got the extenders here. So if anybody, Kevin Bryant, if you're watching, will you please speak up? I literally trying to find Kevin Bryant so he knows that my answer was Devontae Smith and then the trade Devontae Smith. I'm going to keep bringing that up until everyone's going to get tired of hearing about Kevin because I'm going to keep saying it. All right, 10-minute timer is up on the board. Any $5 super chat, $20 super chat. Any $20 super chat not only changes the topic to whatever you want, just put it in your $20 super chat, but it also extends the show another 5 minutes. So if you guys would like to have this show go throughout the entire wee hours of the night, that happens. That's happened before. It'll happen again. I know we got a lot of people missing a lot of our OGs that do drop extenders. I don't know where. It's like everybody's fueling up for the long season. It's crazy. I got so many people that are out of here. I also have a lot of people probably traveling soon, so out here to Arizona. So
yeah, I think like July 4th, people like almost went on like a week vacation almost from life. I think John was referring to like 2024. Godwin, before he got hurt, played weeks 1 to 7, and he was doing really well. And he was doing a little better than Evans, but that's a 7-game sample because he got hurt, and then neither of them played.
Yeah, you give up nothing to Godwin.
Evans came back from week 12 on. He was a monster. So it's like, we don't know what was going to happen that second half of the season. There's no way to tell.
Yeah, don't everyone ignore that. Ignore that, please.
Nuts that last half of 24.
Yeah. DJ called back. DJ, you're live.
So I have to add Travis, the GM, like you're a machine, but Travis is there like clockwork. So Travis is GM. Shout out.
Sir.
Appreciate it.
So much so that when you're not around, people are like, is Travis on vacation?
5-minute extender.
Yeah. So that's all I'm going to do. Call back.
Thank you, DJ. Appreciate it.
Time off.
Awesome, man.
Yeah, everybody's taking.
Thanks,
Thanks, DJ. Yeah, everybody's been taking time off, which is fine. I understand it. Like, not everybody can go, but it's funny that everybody, like even you, Travis, like everyone's kind of just like backed off for July.
I got sick like beginning of July, and so I wasn't calling in much and stuff. I was just watching it, and it just coincided with everyone else dropping off.
Yeah.
Oh,
it is.
We got two things.
Let me pause this timer. So that timer will come back with 12 minutes. Because these extenders don't just get wiped out by the draft, but I can't do the extenders while the draft's going on. So, and it's not another $50 for another draft just because I have to. You guys got to understand. I don't mean to sound like some greedy a-hole, but I can't just, especially when we get closer to August, and it's a great problem to have. But if let's say $50 haul, like if someone were to drop consecutive $50 haulers, which happens, and I've got to do 40-minute draft times 7. Like I wouldn't be healthy for their
5 in the morning.
You guys would lose me by week 4 or 5. I'd lose my voice. I get sick. So
you'd be drafting until 8 p.m. the next day.
So they're $50 for the second draft, $100 for the third draft, $200 for the fourth. And it's a way to like make someone not do it. But if someone does it, I'll take care of it. Like, that's kind of the way that I've got to make the drafts harder to initiate so that we don't hear. So I'm not here all night and I don't get 2 hours of sleep and come back and do that. So but I will if those numbers climb like that. It makes it easy to do, right? If I'm thinking of it like that. All right, let's get into a draft here. What did he say?
So real quick too. Oh, Ray G just added
Ray G.
another.
Okay,
5 minutes.
so let me just do something real quick. The $50 super chat's not the extender. That is a draft extender.
Right.
So that's a 40. It could be a 30-minute extender essentially, just because it's a draft. So let me go over real quickly, and it's only the first time. The next one's $100. The next one's $200. The next one's
and before you
400.
Before you
imagine if someone drops 400 for a fourth draft.
People were asking about when should they click and this and that. Do you want them to call in, or do you want me to type it in the chat so they can get in?
Yeah, you can type in the chat, because it'll be Travis will type into the chat instantly, and then you'll see the YouTube delay. So when I say tap the button now, there'll be like a 5 to 10 second delay, but Travis is going to hit go, and that's when you know. All right, so 13-minute timer with an additional, or is it 12 minute and so we're gonna go 7.
So it was 12 minutes plus 5, yeah.
So we'll go 17:30. So 17:30 is the timer. Let me put that on screen real quick, and then take it off just so you guys can see it.
Beautiful.
17:30 with the extender from Ray G, who dropped a $20 extender. So let me hit that button real quick.
5-minute extender.
The show has just been extended 5 minutes due to a $20 super chat.
So thank you, Ray G. We have a timer that is going to start off when the draft's over, 17 minutes and 28 seconds. Pony initiated the first, second draft extender, and then increments of, so $100 the next one if anybody did want to do it. I'm not saying that because I'm expecting it. It's just a way to like get us out of here in 3 hours, unless somebody's holding me hostage by dropping super chats like that. Thank you, Pony. Mark says, can I call in a dynasty breakdown? I think this was earlier that you dropped that. So yes, if you want to call in, you could do that. And
it was
Josh Allen.
It was right before Pony.
You can build a Josh Allen, Bijan, Bucky, Nabers, McConkey, DK Fan, and Manungai team and be pretty happy. You can build a Josh Allen, Bijan, Bucky, Nabers, McConkey. Yeah, I love that team. 100%, bro. All right, so I think I'm caught up on the super chats, I believe. Okay, so the extenders are in.
You can drop the phone number when you get a chance.
Who did?
Mark.
Okay.
He's the one who asked if he could call in.
Pony, what draft are we doing? Literally just sitting here enjoying the stream and a Philly cheesesteak, bro. I'm hungry. You got to do me like that, huh? What can I get right now? I'm scared to go to like Taco Bell. I'm scared. I'm scared to go anywhere with the diarrhea explosion illness. I think it's just in lettuce, but I mean, you're talking about lettuce being all over the Taco Bell, like
cross contamination.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Like they're not going to be careful what the lettuce is next to or what the lettuce touches, and so like I'm just thinking like, what do I? Okay,
scammer roulette you're playing.
I can't be having that. That doesn't work with my schedule.
Like how Pony drops a super chat making you stay for a draft, then talks about food so you can't go.
Yeah. Pony, what's the draft? Did he say what the draft was? What are we doing?
He said draft when y'all can. Then he said be careful.
All right.
Someone mentioned a $5 puppy.
Yeah, let's do that. I like that. $5 puppy. A fast puppy, right? Fast puppy, $5. It says fast puppy. Underdog promo code Smitty. The link is pinned in the live chat. The link's in the description of the video. Code Smitty accomplishes the same thing just by entering code Smitty, or you click the link and it enters code Smitty for you. You get 50% match on your first deposit, all the way up to $1,000 in bonus credit. But the minimum is only $10, so you get $10 deposit. You get $5 in bonus credit. You have $15. That means you can play 3 $5 puppy drafts at the cost of $10. So it's a pretty damn good deal, if you ask me. And AJ says, hey, pretty Smitty, how can I get into this draft? You're going to follow my instructions right now. Also, I got a question for you on call. I'll be letting you do your thing. And wait, my brother. Okay. Is he on the line right now? Oh, yeah, you are, I think. Or someone's there. Is that you? AJ?
Hey, Smittalicious.
Okay. I'm good, bro. Hold on one second though. Just stay muted. Not because you're catcalling me, but let me get this draft started first. And Philly
be
cheesesteak.
ready to click enter.
Yeah. Okay, guys. I'm gonna count down on the fast puppy. I'm gonna count down, and Travis is gonna type in "go" in the chat. There'll be a YouTube delay. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, click. I can't, with all of us trying to get in, you can't get mad if you don't get in with me. This thing will be loaded with our people. That's for sure. Let me just get this loaded up. Okay, AJ's in. AJ got in, and my draft board should be loading here in a second. Just hang tight 1 second. Let me just get this up, and then I can answer your question, AJ. 1 second. Why can't it? Why won't it show up? Drafts in 28 seconds. There it is.
Mark said, Smitty, would you prefer I call after the
No,
draft?
you can call in right now. Here's the number.
Call into the show. Call into the show.
Okay, AJ, what can I do for you, pal? You're live.
All right, well, let me just say first that I noticed something. I just discovered something after I fell down on my chair that I needed to start losing weight.
Okay.
But the second thing was that if you had $1 million and you had to put it on these 4 players, like let's say $1 million right now, I was handed to you. Who would you like? Where would you put the money in terms of Saquon, Kenneth Walker, Derrick Henry, and let's go Hampton?
Hold on, let me just merge. A caller, just mute yourself. I'll be right with you. Give me those names one more time. I have to choose between these players, and then what are you trying to tell me? Like if they have a great year, or if they have a certain number, or what? Outscore the other?
Well, where would you put your money if you had $1 million on who would the best fantasy players, like in order on
any players,
so
or you just tell me those? Go ahead.
4 players. Saquon. Oh, I'm on the clock.
Okay.
All right.
Marks, Hampton,
JT here. I don't like CMC. Okay. So, Derrick Henry, Saquon, Kenneth Walker, and instead of Hampton, I'll go Chase Brown.
Okay, so this was super easy because mileage, injury history, and then he has a little injury history, but less, I would say. But you're not putting him in there anymore. You're putting in Chase Brown, who I think is the better bet. And we even saw Chase Brown get kind of neutralized. Oh, hold on, I'm on the clock. We saw him get kind of neutralized for a little while and still bounce back and had a huge season. So I'm going to say Chase Brown easy. But, you know.
So $1 million on Chase Brown.
I don't know that. I wouldn't. If you're forcing me to make that decision, like I'm in a chair tied up and you're like, this better go right, Pickett. I'm going to be like, Chase Brown. Actually, I'd be crying. I'll be going Chase Brown.
What about Chase Brown or Etienne?
Brown? What?
Chase Brown or Etienne?
Chase Brown. Even though I'm drafting Etienne over Chase
cool.
Brown, that's an interesting thing, isn't it? Am I drafting Etienne off nostalgia? What am I doing?
I just drafted Chase Brown over Etienne in this draft that we're in.
But I mean, I do too. Now, some of that is that I'm willing to take a little bit more of a gamble when we're talking about, like, there is more of a gamble there. But the offense is kind of where you got to go. But that is an interesting thing, though, that when I'm pushed to that limit, I'm taking Chase Brown, but then I draft Etienne ahead of Chase Brown, but barely, like it's neck and neck. I don't know. My answer could change too. I could regret my answer, and then the guys that are holding me walk out, and I go, did I make the right call? But Etienne's gonna go crazy. I'm a goner. Trace Brown. All right. Anything else, AJ?
No, just good luck, and I'll see you on the other side, bro.
All right. Thank you, AJ. You can call back if you got another one. Later, bro.
All right, later.
All right. Let's see here. 514, you are live. Is this Mark?
Yeah. Can you hear me? Can you hear me, Smitty?
I can, loud and clear.
Yeah. Okay. So I was calling in for a little bit of my dynasty breakdown, and then any moves you think I should make.
All right. Hit me with your team.
It's a 12-man superflex.
Mm-hmm.
I got May, Gibbs, JT, Nico, McConkey, McBride, Hendy, Tootin.
Hold on one second. JT, Nico. I can't write that fast. Nico, McBride,
McConkey,
Ladd. Okay.
Hendy, Tootin, and Dak.
Okay. Good team.
And then on the bench, I got like Daniel Jones and Keaton Mitchell and Antonio Williams. The only thing I'm really worried about is I feel I'm really thin at receiver. Would you move a guy like JT for, or what would you move a guy like JT for wide receiver wise?
Well, I mean, you move JT, then you're just as thin at receiver as you were. And you're not thin at receiver, by the way. But you would be just as thin at receiver in your mind having Gibbs, Hendy, Tootin as you do now having Nico and Ladd. So I don't know that you need to move that. Would I move JT anyway? Probably. I would try and move JT in a future pick to get a Jeremiah Love, a Genty, something like that. That's what I'm doing no matter what. I'm moving Daniel Jones and JT and a first rounder to get like Genty or Love or something like that. That's what I'm focusing on. Love the team, love everything else. Okay. Wouldn't move Tootin, wouldn't move Hendy, you won't get enough. Wouldn't move McBride, he's dropping in value somehow. Ladd, Nico, Gibbs, May, not moving those guys. So it's easy to me. JT, DJ, Daniel Jones, JT, Daniel Jones, and first rounders to try and upgrade.
Okay, I got you.
Who's your third wide receiver?
That's the thing. I don't have a third wide receiver. I'm running both my flexes are being taken by running backs. So my only receivers that are, I would say, startable are Nico and Ladd, unless Antonio Williams depending what he becomes.
So, Smitty, would you be okay moving JT for a wide receiver?
Yeah, I'm fine with going after any one of those elite players that are in the same wheelhouse. So, like, basically, I'd even trade JT for JJ and try and do that straight up. But I would go higher than that and throw Daniel Jones in.
So you would do, like, JT and Daniel Jones and try to get, like, a Lamb? Or are you thinking more higher than that?
I think you could probably get more than that because JT's got pretty good value. Lamb and JT are kind of similar, bro. I think I'm trying to get like what about Nabers right now? Using JT and do something there. I don't know. You could even do like some creative 2-for-2. Give Daniel Jones and JT up for Nabers and another player that he's completely misvaluing, and you crush the trade, like something like that. Or go after Jamar Chase, or JSN's got lower value than he should have right now. I think you could give JT and Daniel Jones for JSN and something. You could give JT and a first rounder for Daniel Jones or for JSN and something. Just the 2-for-2 might serve you better. Okay. I think the 2-for-2 would serve you better because you could trick someone into giving you something they shouldn't be giving you.
The only problem is I have no picks because I moved a lot of it to acquire Gibbs.
Well, can you trade your fab? Can you trade your fab money?
I could, but fab doesn't really get traded much in my league, but it's worth it. I guess it's worth it.
That's great. That means people are going to see it and go, huh, that's unusual. So you could trade all your fab or majority of all your fab. And it's just an intriguing thing someone gets pushed over the edge for, you know. But do that. All right, my boy. Appreciate you.
I see what you mean. Okay.
All right, call in if you got another one.
Thanks, Smitty.
All right. Look at Monty, bro. Monty and Devontae Smith. Devontae. We're even drafting with our own people. Who's in that? Is that Michael from San Diego in that spot? Let's see here. The Monty spot is Max. The Devontae Smith spot is. I took Devontae Smith. I don't know if that's one of our guys, but that's it's crazy every time, like clockwork, man. Monty goes in that 4.12, 5.1 spot every time. It's insane. Travis, you like this
did
team?
You see, yeah, I love that. I love that.
ETN's pretty good in round 4.
ETN is your RB2. That's great.
That's pretty good in round 4. I'm liking that. AJ Brown, Nabers. I mean, I didn't want to take Nabers at 3.1 because we're trying to keep his ADP in the 4th round, but I know you were going to take him. I didn't want to let it happen. And so I snagged him around. It's just, just a wee bit early, but I think it's a good lesson, I guess, for people. Man, Hendy almost slipped to me. Not in this draft. You guys would not allow it. Let's see here. BTJ. What you gonna do? BTJ. It's coming for you. He's BTJ. Gonna have a good game. DJ, you're live, and then Travis.
Have we talked about? I say we because I'm watching it. Maybe I missed it. The Saints dynasty prospects, or just the Saints as a whole, or have we talked about that recently? Because it doesn't look like you draft ATN too tough, or he's not on the board when you draft.
Who?
ATN.
I mean, I just snagged him, and I love it. But that's where.
Oh yeah, yeah. No, I'm just saying. Yeah, it doesn't seem like either he's not there, or it's not someone that that's typically available when you're drafting.
You know why? Because we're drafting with a bunch of snipers, and they're taking all the players that get talked up on the show, and so players fall. And so, like, ETN probably doesn't have that ADP. He just fell right into my lap because I decided to go against the grain. I don't think ETN's going to go there a lot. I'd have to look at his ADP, but I don't think it's probably. Let me see. I don't know if my ADP board is going to have it completely up to date, but 3.6 is. I got to update it tonight. It's about 4 or 5 days old, but not a lot changes. But the Neighbors stuff will. I got to update it tonight. But ETN goes 3.6. So because we're drafting in a group where everyone's like, can't let Smitty get Buka, can't let McConkey, got to grab. Like he fell. He shouldn't have fallen. It's good value. But look at this team. Genty, AJB, Neighbors, ETN, BTJ, Drake May. That's freaking good.
Yeah, I can dig it.
That's a good team.
I can dig it.
That's a real good team.
So in terms of like the Saints wide receiver room, I know, I shouldn't say I know, but I'm under the impression that Tyson is your guy in terms of the rookie wide receivers over Tate. Don't know if that's changed. But I can get it thinking that Olave may not be there next year. Is he and Travis may be able to speak to this. Is he like last year or something along those lines? Could he be moved next year?
Who, ETN?
Olave.
Oh, Olave.
Olave. Waiting to see if they give him the contract.
Yeah, if he doesn't get the contract
extension.
He's
getting one, but
if he doesn't get it, then he's going to be on another team.
Which might be good.
Yeah, which we want for Tyson.
No.
But I'm not even that scared about that for Tyson's value, though, because I think as much as I love Olave, I think Tyson's going to overtake him. And I think that there's just that concussion threat. And, but if he does get his extension, then I'm not that worried. I think it'll devalue Tyson a little bit for people, and that would be good because then we can buy Tyson cheaper. I'm probably not investing in Olave and Dynasty anymore just because he got an extension in a spot where he's done pretty well. I'd probably say I would want less Olave in New Orleans inked to a long-term deal than somewhere else where he's the number one. It doesn't mean I don't like him.
How do you feel about this year? Because, like, I think he's still the number one this year, but as the season goes, obviously that could change. So
yeah, I think he starts.
Your thoughts for like Olave redraft?
He certainly starts as the number one. But if I had to like bet, I would say that I believe, and anything can happen, but I believe that at some point either Olave gets hurt. He's also got this blood clot thing. There's a lot of like red flags, and the team's not extending him. They drafted Tyson to begin with, which isn't a huge red flag because, you know, teams want a lot of weapons. Like Igbuka seemed like he was almost unnecessary in a way. And damn it, I timed out. Alec Pierce, I didn't even want Alec Pierce. Man, it is hard to not time out once in a while doing all these things, but damn it, I was doing so good in this draft. Maybe he ends up being productive for me. I don't know, whatever.
Speaking of Paris, shout out to Shelly. She's in the Dynasty Leagues between Husseini and Hammers, and you know I traded Paris, but I do, you know, in my defense, I do have him on another team.
Hey, did something happen? Did something happen in the leagues or something? Is that why everyone's missing right now? They all get burned out on it. They burn each other out for a week or two or something. Like, why is everybody gone at the same time?
Look, Smitty, I can't speak for everyone else, and I think it's been fantastic. I'm rejuvenated, but the trading and the activity, in particular in Hammers League, was bananas.
You guys are crazy.
I think, it's just like fatigue, right? Like, you know, I would think, at least for me, I actually had to, you know, email someone. Listen, man, I'm tired.
Let me real quickly just answer this inaccurate comment, because I try to fix and answer inaccurate comments because I don't want it to guide anybody in the chat. But Michael, you're throwing out garbage right here with this. Concussions are freak accidents from cars, hospital balls. 100,000% not true, Michael. I'm not saying Carr didn't have responsibility but they're not accidents. Every concussion you get, you're more concussion prone to the next one. Well, we're not talking about freak accidents. We're talking about he's had 4 NFL concussions. Stop. You're putting nonsense out there.
It doesn't matter when or why they happened. He's had them.
They're not freak. Stop saying they're freak. They're not freak. Yeah, anyway, DJ, I don't know. But yeah, maybe everybody got burned out at the same time. That's crazy.
I took over a team in one of those leagues, which tells you how crazy it can get because someone already dipped out of one of those leagues. So I don't know what happened, but I took one over and I went to look like at my team compared to the draft, and I couldn't figure out which team was mine because there was like, it said like team 4, team 6, whatever.
Look at all that.
There's so many. I've never seen more trades in my life.
Yeah. That tight end run is crazy.
And here's the thing, though. It's awesome. So this is just where we're at in terms of year 1 or year 2, you know, the peaks and valleys. The bigger thing is I would hope that we stay together. But, yeah, it's been bananas. At the same time, you know, excited. But, yeah, I don't even know if my team was better at my draft or what I have now. But it's still good stuff. You know, we just settled, I think, not speaking for everyone, including Shelly, who's also here like every night. She's
but hey, you know, does Shelly know where Hammer and Luis are? Because they're just missing. What's your guess, Shelly? They got burned out. They burned each other out, and they need some fantasy rejuvenation sometime.
Yeah, I haven't heard from Hammer either.
I haven't heard from Hammer. Hammer is supposed to be coming out here on Friday. What?
No, I was just saying Hammer would send me a message here and there, and I haven't heard from him, so I don't know where he is.
See,
Well, I think the good thing is, man, is that you guys are asking, where they're at, which means that they're missed, but they're not too far away, and that's a good thing.
Never too far away, as Denny would sing. Yeah, I haven't.
Yeah, talk to Hammer. He's good.
You know this, man. You know this. I don't even know how long I've been watching, but it seems like I've been watching every day for like 2 years. Wild. Best show on the planet.
All right, later, bro. Appreciate you.
Yeah, Paris.
Oh,
Paris.
go.
Yeah. I think he'll be okay. This depends on when you have him. I'm curious to see what happens with Downs.
I don't hate the pick. I guess if I was to look at this and say who would I have taken, I don't know. I mean, honestly, right. I think I don't know who I would have grabbed. Maybe I would have went early Harold Fannin or something like that. But probably Blake Corum, if I'm being honest here. Probably would have grabbed Blake Corum. And that's okay because I ended up getting Jonathan Brooks. And then if I didn't get Jonathan Brooks, I probably would have taken, I don't know. So I think it'll work out. I think it'll be fine. I don't think that's devastating in it by any means.
Listen, man, best show on the planet. Appreciate it, squad.
Later, bro.
Later. Shelly, Machine 2. Later.
Thank you. This team's looking good, Travis, aside from my misstep on Alec Pierce.
I don't think he kills you, though.
Genty, AJB, Nabers, ETN, BTJ, Drake May, RJ Harvey, Alec Pierce, Jonathan Brooks, Matthew Stafford. I like it.
I mean, if Pierce is healthy, he's going to have some big games.
Yeah, and where I got him, I mean, like I said, who am I going to get? Yeah. Like maybe Fannin would have been nice, but I don't think I messed up.
Sutton, they're arguable. Yeah. Michael Wilson, but I mean, you could technically argue that.
Yeah. Who's better for keeper league in a 12-man redraft? These 4 players that I can keep: Ladd, AJB, or Brees, or Rome. Ladd for a keeper, AJB for a redraft. But all right, on the clock. Let's go with I love Chigakonkwo this year. I really think he's going to be a top 5 to 7 tight end. I truly do. Keith Mitchell, nice pick. I could go Goddard here. I'm not going to make it back, though, to get Jonah Coleman. Not with this group. And 134 is fine. That's I'm almost pushing my limit with this group anyway on that. So Jonah Coleman with Harvey, Jonathan Brooks, ETN, and Genty. So Genty, ETN, Harvey, Coleman, Brooks. That's a really good running back room. AJ Brown, Nabers, BTJ, Pierce. That's a fantastic wide receiver room. Drake, May, and Stafford. And then I've got a Okonkwo. I like this team, man. It's a good team. Kind of wish there was a Best Ball Mania. Yeah, Shelly said that Hammer's okay. She's checked in with Hammer. Okay. But like I said earlier, people take a break in July because they it's weird. It's a weird phenomenon. Even Travis just didn't line up right. He got sick, like you said, and then he's kind of just probably what was the, just so I explain why, and it doesn't offend me at all, but why did you kind of take
no
you're just kind of breathing?
Well, around July 4th weekend, I was just doing a ton of stuff with family.
Yeah, that's what
then
happens.
I think it was right. I think it was right after July 4th. I got sick, and so for like 2 days, I was just resting, not really doing much, and and then a couple days after that, I just kind of took it easy too.
Yeah, isn't it weird though?
And
It's
that
like
added up to like almost a week. It's funny too because you do so many shows that if someone misses even just 3 or 4 days, it seems like an eternity.
Yeah, it seems like
you've done 10 shows, 12 shows, whatever.
It's like 12 to 15 shows you've been missing. And it's like just 3 or 4 days. Mark, what's the difference between a Best Ball Mania and a regular Best Ball? Well, it's all Best Ball. So Best Ball Mania is one tournament, a contest. It's the $2 million to first place, $1 million to second place. And then it's like 800,000. Yeah, 500,000, 800, whatever.
So, yeah, and you can click like the info and see the breakdowns of prizes. And some of them, like there's ones that are super flex drafts, some aren't. Like those are more rare. But if you click the info and read up on each one, it shows it, lays it out.
Vader says Team 5's fire. That's his team. AJ or St. Brown, Achan, Josh Allen, Javante, Adams, Kraft, Mahomes. I like it. Gibbs, Jeremiah Love. Gibbs, Jeremiah Love, Pickens, Monty, J-Mo, Washington, Lemon. I liked how it started, Max. Definitely love your first 3 picks. Hate the Monty pick. I don't mind the J-Mo pick, but I do think people are drafting him so high. But I don't mind. I don't mind that. The 2 pick has Bijan Rice, and then I hate the Devontae Smith pick. I like the Loveland pick, honestly. Bucky, great pick. Quentin Johnston, not in love with that. Herbert, like that pick. 3 spot has Jamar Chase, Bowers, McBride. I hate the double tight end. You can do it. It's not impossible, but I don't know that I feel like you did. No offense.
Mark says, are you worried about JSN with low passing volume and new OC?
Am I worried about JSN? No.
I'm not.
He's the only show in town.
He's still going to get 140 to 160 targets.
And it's not necessarily a lesser passing offense. They're going to be playing from behind. They're not going to be as good.
Yeah.
And so what else was I going to do here? Team 3 or Team 5?
Not Team 3, come on. No offense, Team 3.
Why does he keep saying that?
He wants to know which one is better, I think. He said he likes both.
I mean, I hate the Bowers McBride stock. You can do it, but it's really, really hard.
Bowers McBride with Swift as your RB1.
Yeah, it does. You just didn't do it. You didn't.
Was it your RB3?
Is that Simi? MGL?
I don't know no. He said it wasn't. I don't think. And
yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, you can.
Unless he's being sarcastic, I have no idea.
Like maybe if you ended up taking, let's say, like if you went, I don't know how. Yeah, I think you just you can't do double tight end in 2 and 3.
It's hard enough to thread the needle with the early tight end.
And then you go 0 RB. Like on top of it. You can't do 2 early crazy draft strategies at the same time in a sniping environment. Like it's just a ridiculous attempt.
Yeah, who's his QB? When did he take a QB?
He hasn't. He will now that we're talking about it. Is that you, Simi?
No, it's not him, he said. He likes it.
Yes, Swift is a horrible QB1.
Nope.
Okay, so Team 6 wins without even looking at it. GSN, Nico, Kyron, Scat. Yeah, a lot better team.
AJ is Team 8, he said.
I love my team. Vader, your team's nice. Achan, Josh Allen, Sponte, Adams. I like it.
AJ's team's pretty good. Team 8.
Team 8. Taylor, Chase Brown, Igbuka, Evans. Yeah, I like that. Did Grogu, DK. Wow, nice team. Pitts,
Yeah.
Corum, like it. Really good. Easily could be a top 2 or 3 team here. I don't love like the McCaffrey, Walker. I mean, it depends what you do. And then you grab Flowers and Waddle. I don't like. I love Hendy. I like Tate. But I think Flowers and Waddle. This team could have been like if you would have grabbed, let's say, McConkey or Nabers or like Evans. You could have got Evans and McConkey. Evans and McConkey would have been with Walker and McCaffrey and Hendy and Tate. That would have been good. But that's my opinion. What do I know, right? Right? I'm just an idiot with the show. Let's see here. J.J. Barkley, McConkey, Ted McMillan, Judkins. I know I'm biased, but I think Team 8 is one of the top 4 teams here. I think my team is pretty damn good. Genty, AJB, Neighbors,
like
ETN, BTJ, May, Harvey, Pierce, Brooks, Stafford, Okonkwo. I'm feeling pretty. Whoa. I'm feeling pretty good about this squad. Let's roll with. I've got. Who are my running backs? Genty, ETN, Harvey, Brooks, Coleman, Bigsby. Jeez. Some good. Some monsters right there. Let's go with the good old Jacoby, who I tend to grab a lot when I go Stafford, May, both by week 11. I need something. And then my wide receivers are good. I need some. I go. You think you're sniping Mike Washington from me, but I don't really need him in this one. I'll show.
Trying to figure out if Team 3 is in the.
I'll show Smitty. I know, like to be honest, I don't think anybody should draft Mike Washington unless you have Genty. I'm not saying you can't get him, but like you're better off trying to take a stab at like Claiborne or Kalen Black, or it doesn't make sense to grab Mike Washington. So like that's where you got to be careful you're not drafting someone else's team.
He's absolutely did snipe that. I don't know if that's him or not. But...
Who?
I don't think Team 3 is watching. We've been trying to figure it out, but Aaron Rodgers is QB1. That's zero QB strategy.
Yeah, he'll take like 3 in a row right here, 4 in a row. But yeah, Swift, Warren, Dobbins, and Woody Marks and Brian Robinson Jr. There's just no way this team can be a top 2 team. Like even if something happens late, they're gonna be so far behind. It's a awful build. Just an awful build.
Yeah, Gino. Aaron Rodgers, Gino. Now he'll take like Penix or Tua or something. I'll be fine at QB.
Yep, Tua. There it is.
He took Tua.
Yeah, horrible team.
Of course.
To each their own.
Oh boy. Yep.
Doing it live.
The problem is when you see a team drafted like that, they probably saw someone told them to do that strategy somewhere.
I know.
And that's the part that's scary.
But to me, I call this blindfold drafting. You're just drafting off of a plan or an Excel sheet, or somebody gave them the strategy.
Right.
It's just stupid. Like draft a good team. Don't draft some playbook. Team 3 will win it. No, they won't, bro. I can't.
Probably take Mac Jones next.
0 chance they win it, bro. Not gonna do it.
Mac Jones or Penix.
Not gonna do it.
Or Deshaun Watson. a hundo for another draft, right?
Yeah, because otherwise it would be very easy to trigger another 40-minute show. It would be, which I don't mind on the hundo, and then it goes from the hundo, it just keeps doubling to get another draft because I have to have it like be unreasonably cut off. Otherwise, especially as we get closer to the season, like I wouldn't last if I allowed someone to extend the show 40 minutes per $50 super chat. We would have an 8-hour show every day, and I would just fall over one day, and then you'd have me for 3 weeks.
Especially because one of these nights you get someone like Ron or Luis to be like, "Oh, here's $200. Got to do 4 more drafts."
Yeah, and I don't mind doing. Let's say it goes 50 for one, and then somebody does the $100, like the $100. I'd do it.
Sure.
No problem. I won't be mad at all. And if someone does 200 to do another draft, I won't be mad at all. I'll be fine. And if someone were to go crazy territory, like we'd have a lot of fun with it. It wouldn't happen every night. Let me grab a loan. You're not getting out of here, says Mark. Let's test it, Mark.
Yaseki. This guy in Team 3 is like, this team is just betting that everyone on every team gets hurt.
Yeah.
It's like last 10 picks.
Kevin, are you there? Kevin Bryant, are you there? Please report, Kevin. All right, let me put the extender timeout. So we're at 17:27 with the extenders that we paused it at to do the draft.
If anyone's got a topic, throw it out there. 'Cause neither of the super chats had actual extender topics. So
yeah, and I can't even guarantee I can keep it at that. Like once the season begins, there could be a chance I can't even do the 50, 100, 200. Just because I will just have to see. Because if I was to be here for 3 hours answering super chats or whatever, and then all of a sudden someone drops $50 and I'm here another 40 minutes, if someone easily drop another 100, it could happen, and then I'm here another 40. Like I could literally burn myself out. I don't burn out very easily at all. But no one does shows like I'm nobody.
Especially because the first half of the year, the 8 p.m. show can go to 11 o'clock sometimes.
Yeah. So we'll have to play it by ear. It could start off at extending the show would require the hundo to start. I just don't know. It's not me being greedy. It's just me trying to manage the time and put it in a realistic context for me to be like, yeah, I guess I'm pulling an all-nighter tonight. And not to mention, again, think about this from this perspective. We already have 17 minutes on here, right? Which I'm happy to do. This is amazing. You guys are freaking fantastic. But if we do get another extender, which I'm fine with, I'm signing up for it. Then we have that plus an additional 15 minutes plus, it'll right now we've been live for an hour and 40 minutes. Neighbors to the moon. Yo, mama, neighbors to the moon. Mark says not tonight. Okay, no problem. Hundo Pony, yeah. If you want to do another draft, Pony, it's up to you. It's up to you, my boy. I might have to go get the pasta and warm it up though, and come back if that does happen. Because after Pony describing the food he was eating. Topic is Claiborne from Ray G. Perfect topic. I love Claiborne.
There we go.
I don't know what to say on Claiborne other than we have nothing to go on. We have no indication that he's going to be a starter, just to set the tone. Man, I started my stream on 100%. Your phone's at 17. Close all your apps and dim it down, bro. You get the rest. You'll get there. The thing that I love about Claiborne is I loved him as a prospect, right? He has the Keaton Mitchell H-hand profile. Not saying he'll be that, but you can't say he won't be. But you certainly can't say he will be. But the thing I like about his situation mixed with that profile that I loved is that Jordan Mason cannot catch a cold, let alone the football,
Yep.
nor would they ever count on him. Aaron Jones can't stay healthy, and he's only going to get slower and worse. Claiborne's the only option to pull in passes eventually, and that's going to get him on the field. And if Mason, who's not the pillar of health either, this might be the only starting running back by like mid-season. This is a league winner. This is why he's a mid-season monster. And I love, and I need to stack more Claiborne, to be honest. Just a reminder to do it, but I have a lot of it already, but I haven't drafted Claiborne in a little bit because I've had so many opportunities to do it that I feel like I backed off a little bit. And there's so many players I love, but man, Claiborne, I need to stack more Claiborne. I think everybody should. He's just got tremendous upside walking into 2026. The opportunity is just glorious. Travis, what do you have to say about Claiborne?
Yeah, I mean, to me, it's just like if and probably when Aaron Jones goes down, he's a factor right away because, like you said, the depth chart, there's nothing.
He's speedy.
Nothing there. And like, I don't know, like I think, Keaton Mitchell is kind of a easy comparison to throw just because of the smaller and fast and can do a lot of different things. But I don't know an exact comp for him, but yeah, like they have Xavier Scott as next guy on the depth chart, and he's just a plug-in back.
This is just going to be one of those things where people are like, why didn't I see it coming? And we're going to say, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I have no idea why you didn't, because we talked about it.
The only thing that could step on him in Dynasty is the fact that Jones and Mason each have 1 year left. And so, do they draft someone or do they spend money on a back next year? Maybe, but Claiborne has a chance to establish himself because there's no one else there. So he could close that door pretty quick.
Yeah. And yeah, he's super fast, 4.3 speed. Just a burner, very very Keaton Mitchell, very H-hand like. Caught a decent amount in college. Someone asked, can he catch a football? Yes, he can definitely catch a football. It's just a matter of like, will the team that grabs him, which is Minnesota, we know, gonna throw it to him? And the answer to that is yes, because they have no one else that can catch the ball if and when Aaron Jones gets healthy, and so he will have the opportunity. I don't think he'll be shoved into a situation where he won't have a chance to pull in passes. So if you look at his 2025 and 2024, 28 and 23, 254 and 2 touchdowns receiving, that's all I need to see. Like that's it. That's a really good line. And then, he rushed for 1049 and 11. He had 907 and 10. There's a double-digit touchdown scoring rusher back-to-back years coming out of Wake Forest, and then brings in a respectable receiving line in a college season. I'm fine with it. I think he's everything you need him to be, and we'll see if he gets his shot. I think and on top of that, he's going in round 11, 12, 13. Where is it? I don't know. Let me pull it up. Claiborne has an ADP. Wonder if we're gonna.
They got him listed at 5'10" and up to 195 too. So like, he actually has a couple pounds. It's like he's right around that H-hand size. 195 to a little under 200 maybe, but in this NFL, those guys can survive.
So he's going at 213 as running back 67.
That's
which
free.
Is free. 213 puts him at the fourth to last pick in an 18-team draft. That's free. And another thing, guys, if you didn't know how much we've taught Claiborne, this is not a new topic for us at all. We invented it. If we go to our preemptive waiver wire show, look who's there. Looky here, reindeer. We got Damon Claiborne sitting there in the 4 spot as, and really the most likely to be a free agent, because as I prefaced when I dropped this video, this first preemptive waiver wire running back video, Mitchell's likely to be drafted. Coleman's likely to be drafted. Kalen Black is more borderline, but kind of likely to be drafted. Claiborne's the first one. Even Johnson's likely to be drafted. And Bigsby even. Claiborne's really the only one inside this 1 through 6 that is not likely to be drafted. So this video is kind of intended dual purpose to get you to make sure you don't walk out of, week 1 looking up a player and Steve's already got him. Because he barely got drafted. This kind of a preemptive reminder of what not to let happen in your draft. Get him, don't let someone else get him. But Claiborne actually might be the best pick in fantasy football 2026 off of the, week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4 waiver wire, whenever something happens to that running back room. So this is one of my favorite players this year when you're talking about like round 12 plus. I can't think of very many players. It's a great topic. I can't think of very many players I like more than Damon Claiborne. His situation is beautiful. There's just not a situation like it by default. Rock out. You are live, young man. And then I'll go back to you, Travis, in 1 second. Rock out. What can I do for you? Good buddy. Hello.
Hello.
Rock out.
Hello.
You okay?
Grizzly Adams.
Are you asleep? Are you just waking up?
No.
Okay.
So between Junkins and Jacobs, what's the worst situation?
Oh,
Man.
situation might be the Browns, but there's a whole lot more on Jacobs you have to consider.
Yeah, Travis nailed it there. I want to say the Packers are better situation.
Yeah.
They have weapons. They're a team that's supposed to win some games, and we're very much pessimistic on them more so than the average, the population. But what Travis just said, with Jacobs, there's a whole lot more than just that. Like, you got age, you've got the wear and tear, and that he's older. The fact that he got half his job taken from him last year, and then the most important one is he could get suspended. So what are we talking about? If that gets eliminated, then he's still a risk. Jacobs is one of the worst picks in fantasy. I don't know what people are looking at.
How long until we see in the chat? You're crazy. Jacobs is wrong.
Yeah, I'm still taking Jacobs, Smitty. I can't believe
I'm still taking him.
He's going at 4.5.
Yeah, I haven't took any of them.
You know what I love when people say, this is a guy that scored, and then they start going to the past. They're like, this is a guy that scored, X number of touchdowns in 2023. Like, are we getting points off of 2023? Are we getting points off 2024? Like, where are we really getting these points from? Is it supposed to be 2026?
So beat up, so abused, tons of carries, plays in cold weather, like getting older. There's nothing good there on top of the court case.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, he might get suspended. The league can even suspend him just for putting the league in bad light, by the way. If everyone's like, oh, he'll be all right, he'll push it, it'll be fine. No, this guy has played since the Raiders were the Oakland Raiders. Like, just to put that into context. He played a whole year before the pandemic ever came about. He's been in the league a while. And yeah, you could say, well, Christian McCaffrey this, or, Derrick Henry this, but it's just not, that's a nonsensical argument.
Those are Hall of Fame guys.
Those don't relate, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, you know, he's at abuse. I mean, 242, 273, 217, 340, 233, 301, 234. And you could say, look at the games played, though. Like, I mean, he did miss time in 2023, but, like, he's still, like, above, you know, 2 times he went to 13, but still double digits, strong double digits. He's not even at, like, 10. It's, like, 13. But it's wear and tear. And it's also drop off. Like, look at the yards per carry last year, 4.0. The offense is changing. Could be suspended. I want nothing to do with him. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. If
I heard that.
anybody out there wants him, that's fine. You do you. Smitty, are these rankings ADP rankings or underdog? It's underdog ADP. The ADP board that I keep showing is underdog ADP. Linton with an extender. Linton.
5-minute extender.
The show has just been extended 5 minutes due to a $20 super chat.
Welcome home, Columbia. Beautiful, beautiful.
Beautiful. Linton says, let's go to 8 minutes. Let's not stop at 3 or 2. Let's go to 8 minutes. And this is a dandy right here. Linton submitted a novel that we're going to break down here. Best Bowl Mania. Okay, this isn't even one of those any moves. This is just a straight up, let's stand up and clap for this team here. Best Bowl Mania. T-Law, Shuck, Brissett. Okay. CMC, Cam, Hendy, Tootin. Wow. AJB, Buka. Michael Wilson, Pittman. I don't like Pittman. I think that if I had to critique anything, I'd say this Pittman value is high enough that there's a really good player you could have got. And I just don't believe in Pittman at all. Tesla.
What do you think Pittman can do? Do you think he can get like 706?
Yeah, I'm like 705 maybe. That's a good number.
Yeah.
675. But I think
kind of
where
put a
we're
number
talking, you know, there as your wide receiver, like what round is Pittman going?
I only bring it up because this is a big narrative going around that
I hate
Pittman will be the guy and not DK. I'm sure you've heard it too.
Yeah, I wrote the novel.
Because of the types of routes. Yeah, because of the types of routes he runs, all this stuff.
Yeah. I wrote the novel about why Pittman's a disaster, and he's been to a T what I've described. You know, the fact that anybody's even like talking about Pittman differently. Pony says he likes him. I'm not trying to rip on your take, Pony. It's fine. Everybody's got their own take, but let me read off everybody that's around his ADP. Michael Wilson's one spot above him, and he did get Michael Wilson too. So you took Pittman over Michael Wilson, but you probably had back-to-backs or something. But I'd take Michael Wilson. Then it goes Pittman. Jacoby Myers, I probably even like a little more, and I don't even like Jacoby Myers.
I think they're close.
Matthew Golden, I'm not saying I'd take a chance on him, but it's a conversation. Like, that's where Pittman should be. Romeo Doubs, I mean, I think as May's number 2, he might produce what Pittman's going to produce, and he's probably safer. But you want me to tell you where the kicker really is? You go like 7 or 8 ADP spots down. This is where people are going to say, Smitty, all those don't really, but that's the dead zone of wide receiver that I consistently talk about, that I don't draft anyone in that territory. Wandell, I'd rather have Wandell over Michael Pittman. 100%. So if you scroll down about 10, 11 picks, Jalen Coker, I wouldn't draft Pittman over Jalen Coker at Jalen Coker's spot, which is 10 wide receiver spots down. We're talking about 134 roughly ADP for Coker, and we're talking about Pittman, who has a 101. So 30 draft slots later, we're talking about over 2.5 rounds roughly. I would take Jalen Coker. If Pittman fell 2.5 rounds to the 130, I would take Jalen Coker over him at 130. Mm-hmm. And that's really the end of the story, because every single time Pittman's on the clock and you're able to take him, Coker's sitting there. And I'm taking Coker every single time.
Yeah.
Diggs, if he
And,
finds a home, I'm taking Diggs over him.
Yeah, I didn't mean to cut in on the super chat. I just thought it was something to hit, just because I'm hearing a lot about it. So.
Antonio Williams. I'd rather have Antonio Williams over Pittman. Pony says, to be fair, I've never drafted Pittman in my life. Oh, okay. It sounded like you were defending him. All right. So, Linton, appreciate your super chat, by the way, you monster. This is a great team. This is a great team.
I don't think we finished this team.
Yeah.
Did I cut in? Sorry.
Chase, AJB, Rice, Garrett Wilson. Like, that's great, bro. That's great.
He's asking versus.
Oh.
That's one team versus another. I just saw the VS thrown in the middle there.
Yeah, Linton, that confused the hell out of me for a second because I'm reading these. I'm like, how does he have that? Wait, what? In the best bowl? Okay, so
at first I thought he copied and pasted the same team, and then I'm looking at it.
Yeah, that's what I was kind of just like going to the wide receivers. So CMC, Cam Scattaboo, Hendy, Tootin. It's also late for me to even pick that up at first. I'm like, wait a minute, what am I saying? Helaw, CMC, Cam Scattaboo, Hendy, Tootin, AJB, Buka, Pittman. I was wondering where Pittman went when I looked down at the receivers. I was so confused. Okay, and then this other team is T-Law, Willis, Tootin, Pollard. I don't like the running backs as much here, even though I love Tootin, but I think, and then Chase, AJB, Rice, Wilson. I think I'd rather forego. Let's say you went Chase, AJB,
Chase and Rice.
Let's say you went Chase, AJB, Rice, and then instead of Garrett Wilson, you got a Hendy or a Bucky, and then you have Tootin, and then now I'm back on track. What team do I like more? Probably team one. I mean, definitely team one with this team, but I mean, if you were to do that, the suggestion that I had, I'd maybe say it's pretty even, but team one would still have a little more power. But I think, again, if you took another player instead of Pittman here, I'd much like this team a lot better.
Team two's running backs just worry me a little.
Yeah, no, not this team for sure is not better. But if he did what I suggested, and instead of Garrett Wilson, he took an RB. Yeah, like Jonathan Brooks goes below Michael Pittman. Harold Fanning goes below Michael Pittman. Matthew Stafford goes below Michael Pittman. Kyle Pitts goes below. Gainwell goes below. Like, Michael Pittman doesn't deserve to be drafted, period, at his ADP. Like, he shouldn't even be on anyone's. He should have 140, 150 ADP, not 101. And I can tell you this almost with a certainty, Travis. The Pittman drafter is going to love Monty, and they're going to love Devontae Smith, and they're going to love Mekhi Lemon.
Oh, yeah.
They're going to love Caleb Williams as a top 3 QB.
Deontay Johnson guys, Caleb Williams, yep. There's a pattern.
Oh, my
pattern recognition.
They're going to work in quality.
It's really easy to pick them out.
Yeah, they're going to work in quality.
Uncatchable balls.
Quality control is a job, type of job. It'd be some sort of quality control. Or... Michael Pittman's the answer.
And the reason why I joke about that, and I think you're probably the same way, is because it's not original thoughts for most of them. Not everyone, I know some people just like them, but like they're getting it from somewhere and they're just cementing that in, and they're not willing to look at anything else.
AJ says, give this man a hundy. Somebody make Smitty microwave his pasta and do another draft. That pasta is going to get microwaved. If we do another draft, I've got to go get it.
Yeah.
But if not, I'm going to get it anyway. I do need to run too before I eat the pasta, maybe. All right, rock out. Any final thoughts here, my guy?
What's your feelings on Aaron Rodgers?
He's all right.
Yeah.
I think in like a super flex, I might be okay with him, but I want nothing to. I only want DK Metcalf. I like Rico Dowdle and DK. That's it. On Pittsburgh. I don't want Rodgers. I don't want Michael Pittman. I don't want any of the tight ends. Nothing.
And how about Ward and Stroud? I meant Shuck. My bad, Shuck.
Shuck over Stroud. I wouldn't draft CJ Stroud.
No, Ward. Ward and
I didn't mean to hit that button, by the way.
The show has just been extended 5 minutes.
Ward
due to a
and
$20 super chat.
Start.
I didn't mean to hit that button. Sorry, guys. I'm sorry, Ward and what? You said Stroud.
Ward, Shuck, and Dart.
Dart, but I hold my breath, and then Shuck, and then Ward. But I think Ward's probably pretty safe. So I don't know. That's a tough one. Those are all three pretty close.
I like. I think I like Dart. Like you said, hold your breath. But I think Shuck might be safer. Even though you can say Shuck didn't have a lot of starts.
But by the way, I didn't hit that extender because of this. I know you think someone's thinking that he tricked me by doing a $2.79 super chat saying $100. I didn't. It didn't cause me to hit that button. I hit that button a lot. It's right next to my other button.
In Canadian money too.
Yeah, it's in Canadian. It didn't trick me. I was just hitting the wrong button. But because number one, it's a different color alert for me, so it's easy for me to tell. But it's a nice try. Fire logo, yeah, it's it's definitely hard to tell if I like the blue. It doesn't matter because I can use them both. The color schemes can be interchanged, no problem. That's marketing 101. It's fine. But this blue one or this red one, which one do you guys like? Well, the old one just looks like trash now. The blue one or the red one? The blue is the staple. But the red one's kind of like a nice little treat, like Christmas time logo.
I think what you said last night is kind of right too. Like the blue one is awesome, but then on video, like the with the red and blue kind of pops.
Yeah, it has more contrast.
Yeah, it's hard to describe. Like when you see it on like a T-shirt. Let me show you the T-shirts. Then all of a sudden the red doesn't. What do you say?
Rhino says red looks like more effort was put in.
More effort. When you look at the red on like a shirt, like so here's the blue one on the shirt, it just looks like clean. And then you look at the red on a shirt or a hoodie or something, and then all of a sudden the red doesn't look as good. So it's like, and it doesn't look bad. It just the blue on clothing.
I like the blue on the shirt. Yeah.
And the one on the red almost, I don't know, it's weird. But on like a video, like in this scenario, that's why I like having both the colors. And it makes me happy that I can switch out when I need to. All right, anything else, Travis?
I was just gonna ask. In a redraft. If you can trade picks, what do you think of this trade? It's a trade that I saw. Someone traded the 1.3 and the 16.10 for the 1.12 and the 4.1.
Say it again.
So they moved back. So the 1.3 overall, and they're 16th, it's way at the end. And they got in return the 1.12 and the 4.1.
1.3 for the 1.12 and the 4.1?
1.3 and a 16th rounder, which really isn't anything.
But why would I trade the 3 to the 12 for a 4th? I'm confused. This is a regular draft?
It's a redraft league.
Okay, not rookie. Okay, sorry, I'm so tired.
Right.
Okay, not rookie.
Yeah.
Okay, now I get it. So we're talking about probably Jamar Chase, but it depends on that person. Gibbs or Chase. Right. So Gibbs.
They're pretty pretty sure Bijan and Gibbs are like almost definitely going 1-2.
Okay, so let's just simplify this. So Jamar Chase, and then here you're getting Genty and I mean, you could have Allen, and the reason you would want to consider this, just this is the way you got to look at these trades, is if you botch this 4.1, you lose, you screw it up. If you take something significant that you can't even replicate with another pick, like not in this case, McBride wouldn't fall, but let's say you did a move down, or let's say you did a move where McBride was there or something, just in general, or Nabers, something significant that you literally cannot replicate it. That's what makes a trade like this work. If you go and grab a Ted McMillan or a Devontae Smith or something stupid with this pick, and I'm even saying Devontae Smith at 4.1. I'm not saying that he's going there. I'm just trying to tell you it's not worth getting rid of this guarantee here. Especially if you say, well, I can put Jalen Coker here or whatever. And then
he's getting that 1.12 and the 4.1.
Yeah.
He would be giving up the 1.3.
So I'm just, Linton, appreciate your super chats, my boy, and good luck with Pittman. Can't get mad at you for that. But so if you were to take Allen and Genty, that's better than just Jamar Chase. If you take Ted McMillan, or you go with a, like even a Jacobs, you're screwing up. And if this isn't Genty and you took JJ and Jacobs, you're screwing up. So just I would probably do it, but just make sure you're smashing this pick.
You just got to make the most of the pick,
Difference maker, bro. Something you cannot replicate. Think of it that way. You cannot find this later and replace it. It's irreplaceable. Then you win the trade. All right, boys. See you later. Appreciate you.
Yeah. Thanks, Smitty. Later.
We are out of here. Going to get that pasta. Live Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern. Every single Monday through Friday. Live when big news breaks. Live at midnight Eastern almost every single night. Thank you for my extenders and super chats. Pony, you straight up savage with the $50. Linton, you're a monster with the $20 super chat. Ray G with the $20 super chat. Mark and Theory and Navage and Big One and Racing Boy. Mark, again, appreciate you. AJ, appreciate you. Mark with that last super chat. You guys absolutely rock. Kevin, Brian, if you're out there, the answer is Devontae Smith, and then trade him if you can. I'm going to keep doing that until I can get Kevin Bryant to respond and let me know he saw my reply. See you all tomorrow.